Welcome to Wildcat Sports Update. I'm your host, Jim Boyle, and today in studio I have the pleasure of having the five captains of our women's soccer team, who are the Freedom Division champs, by the way. First off, in the first section, we're going to have our three junior captains. With me today, I'm going to have Erin McElligott, I have Erin McCarthy, and I have Cate MacDonald. And I even screw up every once in a while just to make you feel comfortable. So what I want to do is go through the room, just introduce who you are, how many years you've played soccer at Wilmington High School, what positions you play. And first on the docket is you, Allie.
I've played soccer for 3 years at WHS, and I play center mid.
Center mid. All right. Erin, you're next.
I'm Erin, and I've been playing for 3 years also, and I play defense.
Okay. And Cate?
My name's Cate. I've been playing for 3 years, and I'm a forward.
And Cate, you told me earlier you played a lot of positions over the course of the 3 years.
Yeah.
What's your favorite position to play?
Forward.
Forward? Okay, good. Erin, favorite position to play?
Defense.
Defense? You don't want to play offense and score goals?
Well, I do, but, I can also do it on defense.
Okay. Allie, favorite position?
Oh, well, my favorite is forward, because...
So none of your favorites goaltender?
I used to be a goalie.
Used to be a goalie? Oh, good.
Yes.
You were pretty good, actually.
Thanks.
Good. All right. So you guys are all captains. You're junior captains for our Wilmington High School soccer team. I'm going to start with you, Allie. What do you see your role as the captain?
Well, personally, I'm more of a quiet person when I'm leading. So I think just to help people figure out what they're gonna do, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Erin, next. What is your role? How do you see your role as a captain? And now that you're junior, you're probably going to be senior captains. But what do you see your role now as a captain?
Probably just making everyone ready for the game, I don't know, just being there and just I don't know, making people laugh, I guess, and just telling them what to do.
That's fine. And Cate, what do you see your role, captain?
Getting everyone ready for games and cheering everyone on and making them feel part of the team.
Okay, part of being captain, I know, are team bus rides and team dinners. So I'm going to leave the camera on you, Cate. What do you get out of the team dinner? And what was your favorite one?
My favorite one was probably at Allie's house because it was Chick-fil-A. But I think that they're just good for bonding for the team, so that we're together outside of practices.
Okay, perfect. Erin, what did you get out of a team dinner, and what was your favorite one?
I think it just brings the team closer. My favorite one was probably Cate's. It was breakfast.
Oh.
But yeah, it just gets the team together when we're not at practice or a game.
Okay, Allie, you get to.
I think it just it gets the team together, and my favorite one was either Cate's or mine because we had a couple of dance battles.
Oh yeah.
And in dance battles, so I've heard that one of the other sports that I forget whether it was cheerleading or volleyball or field hockey, they did have a dance battle. Who won the dance battle? Who's the best dancer in the group?
I mean,
one of them.
Yeah. I'd say it's mixed.
The dance battles were really only me and Allie.
Yeah,
okay.
it's just between them.
Okay. Anything else you guys do at team dinners besides eat?
Dance.
Dance? All right, good. Dennis Ingram, our AD, has created what he calls the Captain's Council, and I like to ask all our captains, what's something that you've taken away from that or learned from it? Cate, we're going to start with you. Captain's Council, what have you learned from it? Stories, tales, or something you've taken away from that piece?
Well, I've learned a lot of things about how to be a better leader and athlete, but wait, do I say
story? Yeah, you can tell me a story.
I don't know. I think just
that's okay.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. This is what happens when you first time on the show. It gets very difficult sometimes. I know I'm very intimidating. I really apologize for that. Erin, you're going to be next on the hot seat now. Captain's Council, something you've taken away or learned or just really experienced it with that.
I think it's just being in the same room as everyone, all the captains. It just helps you learn how to lead a team more.
Excellent. And Allie?
I learned that there's always a time where you're worse. You're always worse before you get better.
Okay. And I know that he brings food in. And what's the best food that Coach has brought in? Dennis, the AD has brought in. Anybody got any answers to that?
Bagels.
Always bagels.
Always bagels? All right,
Bagel
good.
bread.
I do know you as captains, the team won the Freedom Division. What was that like? Was that a goal that you guys set? And Allie, we'll start with you. What was it like when you found out you won, and then we'll go on to the playoff game after that? It's a very good accomplishment.
Well, we were all very happy, obviously, but Alvy kept saying that the goal was he wanted to get Ariana and Jill. He wanted to win because he wanted Ariana and Jill to have their first championship.
Good. Erin?
Yeah, we found out after the Burlington game, and that was the game where we came back in like the final minutes. So we were all we were all like already in like a good mood.
Right.
And then when he like told us that like we won it was just like I don't know. It was
Is that
like,
a home game or
exciting.
away game?
Away.
Away game? Okay, since away game, what was that bus ride like home after you won?
Oh,
It was really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Any good music played?
Yeah, all the songs pretty good.
And who's the DJ, Cate? Who's the DJ on the bus?
Jill.
Jill is? Okay, and does she always play good music, or is sometimes it's questionable?
Yeah,
And
always good.
So, Erin and Allie, is there any time when you, after a loss, do you want music, or how's the bus ride home after a loss?
We play like Bruno Mars, like it's very somber
Yeah,
music.
like that or like country music.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So
So
country
fun.
music is kind of depressing then, you're telling me, Erin?
Well, not like all country music, but like
That's it. So you had a playoff game that you had to travel for. I know you went down to defeat. It was that the first experience you guys had in playoff atmosphere, Cate? Have you been in any playoffs before?
Yeah,
Last year?
last year, yeah.
Yeah, have you learned? What have you learned from the experience of traveling to those playoff games?
Just that you have to be really prepared because when you do travel, it is a long bus ride, and so not let like your nerves get to you because that will determine like how you do.
Okay, and Erin, when you go as you move forward, I expect this team's going to get better and better because they're very young. We only have the two seniors that come in later. What's your takeaway from the experience of the playoff game?
I feel like Alvy kind of like told us like on our last like practice that we have to do better. Like he put on the board all the teams that like made it like in like our division to playoffs, and those scores were all like either like close or like we lost or like tied, and he just like showed us that like we have to beat those teams in order to be like fully ready to like make it past the first round in playoffs.
Okay, and Allie, you get the easiest question. Will the experience of this year change your goals for your team for next year?
That's the easiest question. I don't know. I don't know.
Do you think your goal now is to be the state champions? Is your goal you won the Freedom Division, you got to the playoffs? Is your goal next year to win the playoff games, get a home playoff game, win what?
Well, obviously we want to win. We always want to win the championship, but that doesn't always happen. But I think our goal for next year is to win against like the bigger teams,
Okay.
like Winchester and Arlington and them.
Good. And it was probably a great experience. Again, congratulations to you and the rest of the team. We don't win a lot of Freedom Division championships, Middlesex League championships, so it's a great accomplishment for any of our teams. And so you're the second champions I had. The cheerleading team won Middlesex, and you guys did too as well. So as you know, because you've seen me around, I am a JV baseball coach at the high school. My next question don't direct it to me or to Albie, but Allie, I'm going to give you the question. As a high school athlete, what advice would you give a high school coach?
Make sure the team is always having a little bit of fun because you don't really enjoy it if you're not having fun.
Okay, Erin, what's a piece of advice you'd give me or any coach, high school coach?
Yeah, I was thinking that too, because like some coaches have to like understand that like you're kids and like you don't want to just like go to practice and just be serious the whole time. Just like have some fun with it.
Okay, and Cate?
Um,
Can't say fun.
so just always like have a positive attitude toward like the players and uplift them.
Okay, good. One thing you learned from Coach or Senior Arbanez, as he likes me to call him.
Well, there's so many things, but
Okay. Is there a saying that he has, or the way he does something in practice? I do know he sits away from the bench when he coaches
yeah.
to observe.
Well, he always says booyah. Yeah.
That's a Stuart Scott thing. Erin, what's something you've learned or take away from Albie, or that he's left an impression on you?
I mean, he kind of like taught me how to play defense because I like was never a defender.
Okay.
And then he just came in and I was playing defense and
Helps you out. Allie?
I think no matter who it is, if he thinks you can play the position, doesn't matter if you've played it in like previous years, he'll put you there if he thinks you can do it.
Okay, before we get to the individual questions, the real simple question for all three of you, what would you tell a 5th or 6th grade girl who's playing soccer what it's like to play soccer at Wilmington High School? Allie, you get to go first on this one.
I'd say make sure you enjoy it before you play in high school because it's a bigger commitment than youth soccer. Make sure you're having fun.
Advice. Erin?
I think it's just like stay with it because you make so many like friendships, like especially when you get to like the high school level. So it's just the friendships you make.
Okay.
It's worth it.
And Cate?
Yeah, just to make sure you enjoy it and also like to become close with the people that you play with because they will be some of your closest friends for the season. So
Excellent answers, and that's good. Parents, it's good for parents and the students, the younger students, to hear that. I like that a lot of your answers have included the word fun. Sometimes we forget that it is still a game that we're playing, and sometimes the fun coaches like myself sometimes forget that kids just want to have fun. Girls just want to have fun.
I was
So
just thinking that.
I know you were. That's why I said it. Now the individual questions. I like to get to know you guys a little bit better. We're going to go Allie, then Erin, then Cate. So Cate, you'll get to hear all the questions, so be ready to go. Allie sits on the tough spot. I don't like to do this to you, but former or present teammate who you've learned the most from?
I'd say Nicole Morello, who graduated last year. She was a big like leader to most of us, and especially to me and Cate because she like drove us everywhere. But I think she was a big leader.
Perfect. What's one thing you learned on the playing field that you can take into the classroom?
I don't know. Just try your hardest.
Okay.
Make sure you put in all your effort.
Okay. So, last year, Mike Mercier covered a lot of the games on television. Did you watch yourself on WCTV?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. Were you critical of yourself when you watched, or were you just enjoying having fun watching the games?
Yeah, I just enjoy watching myself.
What other sports or activities do you do at the high school?
I do basketball and softball.
Softball. Any activities? Band?
Oh, yeah, I'm in the band.
Okay. Anything else? I have to always.
No, that's it.
Okay. Perfect. Favorite moment this year for soccer?
I'd say the bus ride home from the last playoff game. It wasn't sad. It was more happy because we did good that season. But that's where What Does the Fox Say was introduced to everyone.
Okay.
It was pretty cool.
Okay, and that's what you entertained me with before we started this program.
Yeah.
So, coaches you want to credit along the way, or people who've influenced you in your soccer career?
What? Ask again?
Coaches who you want to give credit to, older coaches that you've had along the way, or people who have influenced you?
I'd say my parents influenced me because they always, I don't know, they're just always very critical about after I play. They always give me feedback. So.
Okay. Are there any past coaches that you want to give a shout out to?
Sorry.
Who? I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Fine.
All of them.
Okay, good. There you go. What number Allie, what number do you wear and why?
I wear 20 because I don't know. I think I just got that number when I was younger.
Okay, and if there was a walk-up song before you were getting introduced, what would it be?
Well, as of right now, it'd be What Does the Fox Say, once again, but it changes. Maybe an Irish jig.
Yeah. All right, perfect. Erin, you next. And following that, I might have to get us to sing this. What would the fox say?
Oh,
when
we
we're getting
can.
to the end? We
Yeah,
can't
we
do it.
can.
It's copyrighted, right? No, we're sort of.
No, we're like too good, so it wouldn't get.
They're too good to do. What would the fox say? If you had
Yes.
me, you'd be bad. So
No.
we don't add me to it. So, Erin, first question: former teammate or present team that you learned the most from?
Probably Jill, just because I play 2 sports with her, and I don't know, we've got close ever since my freshman year, and she kind of like took me in, and just we're friends ever
And
since.
Jill's on next segment too, so I'll give her a shout. I won't tell her that you said that though. What have you learned on the field that you can take to the classroom that makes you better in the classroom?
I think just pushing yourself to be your best.
Okay. And do you ever watch yourself on the Mike Mercier TV shows, WCTV? You watch the games
Oh yeah,
on WCTV?
yeah,
Okay, good. And are you more critical of yourself, or just enjoying watching?
just enjoying it.
Good. What other sports or activities you do at the high school?
I played basketball and softball.
This one, softball. Favorite moments this year?
Honestly, probably like the first time we played Pompey on the bus, because it was stuck in my head for the whole day, and then we played it, and we've played it ever since.
Okay, good. Coaches you want to give credit to, or people who've influenced you to get here?
Coaches. Brian McDonald. He coached us in like during travel soccer, and he used to tie our shoes. And on our last game, we had him tie, or who was it? Me, you,
Lindsay,
and Lexi. He tied our cleats the same way because he does it like a cool way.
This year?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Shout out. And I'm assuming that Brian is Kate's dad, right?
Yes.
All right. What number do you wear and why?
I wear 8, kind of just because I got like last pick as a freshman.
Okay. And do you have a favorite number that you would wear if you didn't wear 8?
Maybe like 11 or 2.
Okay. And walk-up song?
Pompey.
Pompey?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Kate, last one. Present or former teammate that you learned the most from?
My sister.
Sister name?
Molly McDonald.
And what basically did she help get you to here from?
She just always pushed me to try my best and work my hardest, so I think that's helped get me where I am.
And where's Molly right now?
UConn.
UConn. Is she having fun down there?
Yeah.
Okay, studying and having fun. What have you learned in the field that you can take to the classroom?
Just to respect everyone around you, because we're all just there to play soccer, not to be rude or anything.
Okay, other sports and or activities you do at the high school?
I play lacrosse and I also do track.
And any activities? Like, are you a theater major? Are you in the band like Allie? Or...
No.
No? You're just like me. I did 3 sports and that was it. So
Yeah.
I feel your pain and having to answer that question. Favorite moment from the year?
I'm gonna have to go with Allie's answer. The bus ride home from Medway was really fun because we all just kind of sang and had a good time, even though it was a sad loss.
Okay. Influences that to get you here, or coaches you want to credit?
Definitely my family has always been very supportive of me, and also my dad, because he was my coach all through youth soccer.
Okay. And number you wear and why?
I wear number 2 because I kind of got a last pick as well, but I like it. So
I like it, number 2 now. And what would your walk-up song be?
Umbrella by Ariana.
Okay. So now we get to the final. As we close out with our 3 junior captains, I'll give you guys get an opportunity to give a shout out to whoever you want as we close out this segment. And so it's going to work. Allie, you're going to go first. You're going to look straight into that camera right there.
Oh, God.
Erin, you're going to look in that camera right there. And Kate, you get to look at it. Just a shout out.
Okay.
Like if you said, Mr. Boyle, give a shout out, I would say, I'm going to give a shout out to my wife and my kids because they put up with me at home. All right? And that's how it goes. So, Allie, I'm going to go you first.
Shout out to my dad, because he'll probably watch this on YouTube every day.
You will?
Yeah.
Anybody else besides your dad?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean everyone. My family, my mom.
Okay. And your brother?
Brothers, yes.
Okay. Brothers, I'm sorry. All right, Erin, you're next. Shout out. Look straight into the camera and
Which
shout out.
one? There's like 2.
Both of them.
Oh.
Each other.
How? I want to give a shout out to my parents because they watch all my games, and my mom goes to every single game. My dad doesn't, but he always watches the live stream, and he's the first person to text me after every game. And then I guess my brother.
Very good. Kate, you're next. This is your camera here.
Shout out to my grandpa, Larry McDonald, because he's always there supporting me no matter how far away the game is, and he always sends me a good luck text before the game.
All right. So, again, I appreciate you guys coming in, our 3 junior captains. As we go around the room, we got Ellie McElligott, we got Erin McCarthy, and we got Cate MacDonald. Thanks for coming in. We're going to move you out, bring Jill and Ariana in. So we'll be right back. Welcome back to this edition of Wildcat Sports Update. As you saw, we just had our 3 junior captains in the studio, and now I'm a pleasure to introduce you to our 2 senior captains. I have Jill Collins and Ariana Cook, and we're going to go through the room. We're going to start out. Jill, why don't you give us who you are, how many years you played soccer at Wilmington High School? How many years you played soccer, and what positions you played?
I'm Jill Collins. I played 4 years at the high school, and I've played like 13 years overall, and then I'm a forward.
Forward. Ariana?
I'm Ariana, and I played 4 years at the high school and probably like 13 years outside of it, and I'm also a forward.
Okay, now you're both here, both captains, both are senior captains. I'm going to start with you, Ariana. What do you see your role as a captain, as Ariana Cook would say?
I think my role as a captain is to just like be there for everyone on the team, like if they need something, especially since we have like a really young team this year. I feel like when I was a freshman, even like a sophomore, I was very like scared, and it was just like great to have the older girls, like the captains, to be there for me. So that's what I wanted to like. I wanted my biggest part as a captain to be like someone who was there for everyone when they needed it, inside and outside of the sport, like practice or game or any day of the week if anyone needed anything, like rides to practice or the bus, or like I just wanted to be there for everyone.
Excellent. And Jill?
I think my role was kind of like, I mean, I gave like a lot of the pregame talks, like before the game we do a huddle, I'd always like get everyone hyped up and stuff like that, and I tried to be like positive on the field to like get everyone up. And I kind of just brought like experience, I think, because I've been playing high school soccer since I was a freshman, so I like could kind of see how the freshmen felt and like bring what I knew to them and stuff.
Good. Now, the AD, Dan Singram, has introduced the Captain's Council to the school. It's in his second year. And since you're both captains, you get to go. Jill, what is something you've learned from that Captain's Council?
I think I've learned that like outside of just what you do on the field and what you do at practice, like still matters. Like your presence and stuff like that outside of school shows. Like the younger girls will look up to you, and other schools will see you. So like everything you do outside of sports matters. Like you have to be a good influence and all of that stuff.
Okay, good. Ariana?
I think probably that like you always have to be positive no matter what, because if you're keeping the team positive, like always, even after like a tough loss or a really hard practice, it just like pushes everyone to keep going. And if you have like a negative team atmosphere, you're not going to get where you want to be like throughout the season. So if you're not like a star player or you haven't had the best game, like you're just supposed to stay positive through all of it, because like that can change, and it also helps the whole team stay positive.
Excellent answers by both of you. That I see that it has an impact on our captains, which is good to see. Now, one of the aspects of being a captain, you have team dinners, you have team bus rides. Ariana, I'm going to start with you. What do you get out of the team dinner, and what was your favorite one?
The team dinners are mostly just like for fun. I feel like I have always liked them because it's just something to look forward to after practice. After like a long day at school and practice, you just get to go and like all hang out at someone's house and eat free food. It's usually really good food. But I think it's just fun for all of us to be together and like bond and hang out outside of the sport, because like everyone's so focused on playing soccer when you're at soccer, but when you're at a team dinner, it's just like regular hanging out. My favorite team dinner was probably Cate's, because she had breakfast for dinner and I love breakfast.
All right. And Jill, what did you get from team dinners, and what was your favorite one?
Team dinner, that's kind of what she said. Like it's like important on the field to have like a bond like outside of that, because you'll be able to like give someone advice and like not be afraid, because you know that they like trust you and that type of stuff. So I think team dinners are good because it gives you a bond like off the field that can change how you play on the field with them, and it just brings us together, like has everyone feel more comfortable with each other and like gives good team chemistry. And my favorite is probably Kate's too. I love like
everyone likes breakfast for dinner, right?
Yeah.
Real quick, bus rides. Who controlled the music, and what type of music do we have, Jill?
I controlled the music. We just had like throwbacks mainly. Like we had like 3 songs that we played every single time, but then, or no, 4 songs. But then other than that, it was kind of just throwbacks that like everyone on the bus would know.
Okay. Ariana, do you agree with her? Was she a good DJ?
I agree. I think there were definitely times where we ask for song requests sometimes because we get stuck playing the same things and it sucks sometimes. But I think she did good for the most part. I think it was always really fun and pretty good music taste.
Good. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you guys are the senior captains of the Middlesex League Freedom Division champion soccer program, women high school. So I was hoping to have a trophy, but we haven't got a trophy from the Middlesex League yet. So it's a great honor. I just want you to real quick just do a quick rundown on who we have on the team, who contributed. I know there were 10 freshmen, so I'm going to start with you, Jill, and if Jill forgets anybody, we'll get Ariana and help you out to put you on the spot. Sorry about that. So why don't we just give a rundown on some of the players?
Okay, I'll try my best. So there's 10 freshmen: Leah, Avery, Hannah. Do I have to say first and last?
No, just say
okay.
first.
Josie, Jill, Julia, Sam, Kaylin. Did I say Emily?
No, Emily.
Emily, Ava.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Perfect.
Then
Do you want to keep going, or you want Ariana to do the next ones?
You can finish them.
Ariana's going to finish. So you get the sophomores and the juniors.
Okay, so for sophomores, we have Emma Nolan. That's it.
Okay.
Then for juniors, there's Maeve, Lexi, Erin, Allie McElligott, Cate, Lindsay, Abby Howie, Charlotte. I already said Maeve.
Okay.
Who else? I think, is that it? There's
There's 8.
eight of them.
Okay, and if they missed somebody, I did put them on the spot. So if you were missed, you see me at school, just tell me. I apologize that I put them on the spot like that. For both of you, what was it like? What was the season like, and did you anticipate going this far? And at the beginning of the year, what was the goal that you guys set for your team? Jill, you first.
I mean, our coach set the goal of like winning the league, and he definitely wanted to make it to the second round of playoffs, but that didn't happen. But yeah, my goal, I wanted, like, the minute that I knew that we were going to be good this year, I wanted to win the league because I haven't won it all the last 3 years. So I really wanted to, like, be able to say that I won it at least once. So that was my goal, but I also wanted to make it far in the playoffs.
Okay. Ariana?
Yeah, I think he definitely set a really high goal for us to, like, he was like, we're making it to the tournament no matter what. Like, we're going to have a good season. And we started off really, it was tough in the beginning because we played, like, the harder teams in the beginning. But once we got over that little, like, hump of, like, the hard teams, it was, like, easy sailing. It was so good for us because we were just, like, there were a lot of ties, but they were definitely games we, like, were the better team in. And I feel like him setting that boundary for us, like, pushing everyone to make the playoffs and to win the league, like, really made everyone want it more.
Okay, so when did you know that you won the league, Ariana? When was there? Did you know, like, right after a game, or did you beat somebody to win the league? When was that?
We knew it was right after the Burlington game in Burlington. He told us before, because we had played Melrose, like, the last game, and it was like if we had beat them, we would have won the league, but we tied. So he said that if we had beat Burlington, we would have won the league. And that was a really tough game because it was hard throughout the entire game. And then there was like 6 minutes left in the game. There was 3 goals, like nothing. It was like amazing. And right when that happened, everybody knew. And the game ended and we all just like immediately knew we had won the league, which was a great feeling.
Okay, Jill, there were 3 goals. Who scored those 3 goals?
One was me, one was Cate, and one was Abby.
Okay, Abby.
Howie.
Okay, good. And what was the bus ride? It was away, right?
Yeah.
So, Jill, I know that you're laughing at. What was the bus ride like home? What was the bus ride like coming home?
Well, I love bus rides, so we have one song. It's like super weird. We just randomly played
Can I guess?
Sure.
Someone at a Fox?
No, that's
No, not that
No,
one? Okay,
that's-
I'm just checking.
that's a
they sang
great
that-
song.
They
though.
sang that for me earlier. So what do we got? I'm sorry.
No, there was one game that we won. It was our first win, and me and I think it was Erin or something. We were like laughing about it. We played "Congratulations" by Post Malone. It's like so old, but it was so funny. So we play that, and everyone just like screams it. But it was so fun. We were like yelling the whole way home because it's a short bus ride. So like, and everyone just gets hype on it.
Excellent. Any other last words of your experience being the goal was to win the league championship? Individually, I'm going to start with you, Erin. What did that feel like when you found out that you had won?
It definitely like felt, I think, a lot of like relief because like everybody was anticipating it and like wanting it to happen because he had told us like a week prior the standings and like how we were so close to winning it. So So I think when he like was like, you just won the league, we were all like, it was so great just to hear it, because like Jill said, we like neither of us have had it in the last 3 years, and knowing like your final year you get to have that experience is just so great.
Jill, I'm going to ask you something different. Then winning the league was great because you made the tournament, and we had to travel all the way to Medway, which is a long way away, and we didn't win. But what was it was your final soccer game. How did you feel?
Like, I felt like when I saw that there was like 5 minutes left or something, I kind of just felt like bad. I don't know. Like, I was sad, but like, it was also, I knew how much we put into the season. I know how much I've put in like to soccer overall. So like, if you're going to go out away, it's better to do it like in a game where like you put it all out there. So, I mean, it was sad and I knew, but like, I wasn't as sad as I honestly thought I would be.
Okay, good. But again, you did win the league, so it did help.
Yeah, yeah.
As you know, I coach at the high school, and I ask this question to all the athletes that I run into. I'm going to start with you, Jill. It's real simple. As a high school athlete, what advice would you give a high school coach?
I think I would say that, I would say to like, I think it's good to be positive. I think that like having someone that like pushes you, like Alvy, he like pushed us. He was like, we're winning the league, like we're getting to this. And like starting off the season with something like that in your head is like, you want to get there. Like, it's not just like you're playing a sport for like, I mean, obviously it's fun, but like it's to get somewhere, it's to gain something. So I feel like that's something that I definitely, every season I played, like I was looking forward to winning something, gaining something. And that's kind of like what pushed me to always put 110% in.
Okay, perfect. Ariana?
I would probably say like just to have a connection with the team. Definitely, like Jill said, keep it positive always. But I think if you're like having a lighthearted, like you're like you can have fun. It doesn't always have to be like pushing and wicked like hard all the time. Like I think have fun and joke around, have your fun practices on occasion. If you have like you don't have a game for 2 or 3 days, like do something fun with the team, I think, and just make sure you have that bond with them where it's like, you know, you aren't just a coach to them and you're like more than that. Like they see you as someone to look up to, but also someone that they're like enjoy being around.
Okay, 2 really good answers, by the way. I appreciate that. What's one thing you, Ariana, I'll stay with you. What's one thing you learned from Coach or Senior Abanez?
I don't know. There's so much. Probably just to put in like your all. Like you're not guaranteed anything. It's high school soccer. It's not like the pros. So you're supposed to have fun, but it's also like to put in the work. You're playing for a reason. You want to put in hard work. So I think this like one of the most important things we learned from him is to put in everything you have always. Whenever you get the chance to get out onto the field, even if it's for like a minute, put in everything you have, because you should want to be out there and you should want to try hard to do your best.
Excellent. Jill, what's one thing you learned from Coach?
I've learned a lot from him, but if I had to pick one thing, I'd probably say like no matter how like good you play or whatever, there's always something you can work on. Like he's always come to me and told me like, this is what you need to work on right now. This is what you need to focus on getting better at. And he's like completely changed me as a player because I've like focused on getting better at certain things, and it's just changed everything for me.
Excellent. Both good answers. Now we go to the fun part of the show where I get to learn a little bit more about you guys individually. We're going to start with Jill. Ariana, sorry you get to go, but the good news is you get to hear all the questions before she gets them. So she's on the spot and you get to go second. First, former teammate or present teammate that you learned the most from?
I would say my sister Jess. She was 2 years ahead of me, so I got to play 2 years with her, and she taught me a lot, especially like how I am as a leader. I got a lot of that from her.
Okay, and what have you learned on the field that you can take into the classroom?
I've learned like how to work with people. Like you need to be able to give constructive criticism and also take it, because if you want to like if you want someone to work on something, you can't just yell at them. You have to like give it to in a way that you can like take it in.
Other sports or activities you do at the high school?
I play basketball and lacrosse.
Okay, and do you watch yourself? And Mike Mercer covered a lot of games last year. We had a few on this year. Do you watch yourself on TV?
Yeah, I always watch. I've probably seen every game.
Do
that I played.
Are you critical of yourself or you just enjoy watching?
No, I hate watching myself.
Okay. Favorite moment from this year and overall your whole soccer career. So let's start with this year. What was your favorite moment?
This year, I think my favorite moment was after we lost in the playoffs when we played What Does the Fox Say on the way home. So funny.
Yeah. They were singing that for me earlier. And what's your all-time favorite soccer moment?
My all-time favorite was when we played Commerce my sophomore year. It was a play-in game. We won 8-0, and like everyone got on the field, and it was just so fun.
Okay, coaches you want to credit and people who have influenced you to get to this point.
I definitely credit Alvy. He's taught me a lot and changed completely how I am as a player for the better. And I definitely say my dad. He coached me like all through my youth years, and he taught me everything. He's made me like a good leader and just a good player in general.
Okay, what number do you wear and why?
I wear number 5 because my older sisters wore it, and I think it just looks good.
Okay, and there are 5 kids in the family.
And there are 5 kids in the family.
Walk-up song, what would it be?
I did one on senior night. I did Meet Me Halfway, so I'd probably do that.
Okay. And what are you going to miss the most about soccer, high school soccer?
I'll just miss like the environment, like the bus ride, stuff like that. That was so fun. And I'll definitely miss playing like competitively for high school because I feel like any other level is just like, it's just the perfect level where like, I don't know, it's competitive, but you still can have fun.
Okay, and what does the future hold for Jill Collins?
I'm going to play soccer at Southern New Hampshire University next year and major in business.
Okay, good. And you have a signing ceremony coming up, I think, right?
Yep.
Awesome, great. Okay, Ariana, you're next. You've heard all the questions. I'll try to keep in the same order, but sometimes I whack job out, but we'll be okay. So first question for Ariana Cook is, what teammate, former or present teammate, did you learn the most from?
Former, I definitely want to say Molly McDonald because she is like one of the greatest teammates I think I've ever had. She was an amazing captain last year, and she really, like, you could see her passion in the sport, and it was just like great. And I also would say Jill for present because you can also see her passion for the sport, and just like knowing, like seeing someone love something so much, like makes you love it the same.
Okay, what have you learned on the field that you've translated to the classroom?
Probably just like to put in like the hard work always, no matter what. You might think you did bad or think you're not going to do good, but if you don't put in hard work, you're definitely not going to do good. So if you don't try, you don't know what's going to happen.
Okay, do you watch yourself in any games on WCTV?
No.
No, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I probably do say yes. Okay, other sports and or activities you do at the high school?
I play lacrosse in the spring.
Okay. Favorite moment this year and favorite moment all time?
Okay, my favorite moment this year was definitely the first time we played Stoneham in Stoneham when I scored off of a pass from Jill because it was just such a great game, and it was like just such like a really happy moment since Jill's like one of my best friends.
Okay, and overall?
Overall, I also would say Commerce because like that was when my sister was on the team and I assisted her goal, which meant a lot to both of us. And like everyone, there were so many people who scored who have never scored before, like defenders and everything, and it was just like so much fun.
Okay, good. Coaches you want to credit and people who have influenced you to get to this point?
Well, obviously Alvy because he's my coach right now and he was last year, and he's done so much for everyone on the team and for me the past 2 years that it's like I wouldn't be here without him. Also Miss Hendy and Cleggs, I think, because they played a big part. And also Jill's dad because he was my he was my club coach for a while, and he was one of my favorite coaches.
Okay, the number you wear and why?
I wear number 4 because I was born on March 4th, and I just like the number 4.
Okay, perfect. And walk-up song, what would it be?
My walk-up song on senior night was Umbrella by Ariana.
Okay, and what are you going to miss the most?
Probably just, like, the friends I've made, like, leaving everyone, all the juniors, like, I just love everyone so much on the team that it's, like, without it, it's going to be really sad.
Okay, and what's the future hold for Miss Ariana Cook?
I am going to go to college, I have no clue where yet. I'm going to major in business, and I'm going to look into law programs or like minoring in something related to law.
Okay, good. So now comes my favorite part of the program, the final part we're going to do. You're going to get a shout out to whoever you want to give a shout out to. And again, Jill, you're going to look straight into those cameras there. Ariana, you're going to look straight into this camera. When I give you the shout out, we're going to roll. So Jill, you're going to be first. You're on.
Okay, I would give a shout out to my parents. Definitely, my dad coached me forever, and my mom has just always been there for me, and she went to every single game this year because my dad couldn't come to all of them. And I would shout out my grandfather. He came since I was a freshman. He's been at every game, and he's probably like my biggest supporter.
Okay, perfect. Ariana?
I'm going to shout out my mom because she has been there for me for literally everything I do in the last 4 years. When I didn't have my license or couldn't go anywhere, like, she would take me places, and she's been to every single game, and it's just, she does everything for me. So definitely my mom.
Okay, perfect. So again, thanks for coming in. It's great to hear from our senior captains, Jill Collins and Ariana Cook of Wildcat Soccer, Women's Soccer Freedom Division Champions 2024. Congratulations on that as well. And I really appreciate you guys coming in. You really represent the student athlete at Wilmington High very well. So for Wildcat Sports Update, I'm your host, Jim Boyle. We'll see you on down the road.